them carrying the top network, but that they make it available on an a la carte basis. Let's get more from Wedbush Securities' James Dix. So what does this mean? What would it mean to go a la carte?
Well, I guess you'd have a separate bill for one network, and then you'd have maybe another bill for everything else. It would be unconventional, to say the least.
Why is it so controversial? And why is Time Warner proposing this? There must be some angle here.
Well, it's interesting that this is, I guess, one of the first public offers that we've seen, as opposed to all the private negotiations which have taken place up to this point. So I guess I leave it to you to interpret that. But I guess the bundle has been the way the business has developed over years, right? One bill, and you pick your tiering of overall packages that you want, and that's what you get. And over time, the cable companies, the pay TV operators, have bundled in additional services beyond video, such as phone and internet. But that's basically the way the terms of trade work in the TV business today.
Now, CBS might make the argument that they, as the top-rated broadcast network, are bringing in a lot of eyeballs, and they are not being paid the same kind of retransmission fees, or affiliate fees is what they're called with the cable networks, as some of the cable networks that maybe don't bring in as many eyeballs.
They're certainly making that argument, I mean, there's certainly some merit to it. I mean, if you just look at the network ratings that they have, and you compare them to the ratings that cable networks have, CBS is probably getting a fraction of the affiliate fees of some of the larger general entertainment cable networks, whereas they're bringing on a much larger audience overall, and they're arguing that that's got to change.
And why is it? How is the system set up that way? It doesn't sound like it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, to some extent, it's the fact that the broadcast networks started out, they were the legacy networks, and their revenue stream came primarily from advertising. So originally, that's how they funded their programming. They had large audiences, much larger than anyone else. The audiences advertisers wanted, and that was a sufficient way for them to have, even with just a single revenue stream, a competitive source of revenue to fund all their programming, including the high-priced programming which they have to basically get from other players like the NFL. Over time, as cable networks got more audience and they built up their affiliate fee base, you started to have a necessity for broadcast networks to have a second revenue stream, this retransmission revenue stream, and basically we're in the process of switching over to more of that type of system where the broadcast networks are funded through a more balanced dual revenue stream, but we're not there yet.